Minds up, y'all. This is your girl Takiyah Diamond, welcoming you once again to the Transformation Tag Team Tuesday. We are here live and direct, starting at 8 a.m. all the way to 11 a.m. to help you spark your morning and get that energy up so that you can feel good, feel positive, and choose to be successful for your day, right? So today, well, first of all, let me start with who I am. My name is Takiyah Diamond. If you don't know who I am, I'm a transformational speaker. I am a mindset life coach. I am also the CEO of Minds Up Academy. So I'm also a trainer, and I believe completely in helping others to transform their lives by changing their way of thinking, by choosing to think differently. Your life can look differently, okay? And so that's what it's all about for me, and I'm happy to have you here. And I hope this live allows you to be inspired to go higher. So today we are talking about 5 mental attitudes of winners. Where my winners at? Shout me out if you're in the building. Say I win. Let me know you're in the building. So the truth is, guys, success in everything in life, right? It first starts by developing and maintaining an expectant attitude of success. Okay? Which means that if you don't expect success, then success probably won't happen for you, right? It probably won't show up for you because what? If you're not in alignment with success, but you say you want success, but you're doing everything else that takes you away from that which you wish to achieve, how will you ever get there, right? So if you don't have a destination, then you'll keep going nowhere, right? All right, that's what's up. So make sure you guys understand that. So simply put, guys, people who are actually top performers, people who become wealthy, people who do amazing things in lives, right? They expect to succeed, all right? Because they understand that that is the key, that is the way, right? And so because of this, because they expect to succeed, what ends up happening is they consistently begin taking the steps necessary that will help them get towards the success that they're looking to achieve. Okay, and so thus they become successful, and that's the way that it goes, right? So at the end of the day, it's their mental attitude. Okay, it's their mental attitude, and so because they have a powerful mental attitude, this is what allows them to go forward, which means this is what will allow you to go forward. Okay, you know, your mental attitude has to change, right? And when you think about it, right, it's a successful person's mental attitude. That's what actually allows them to meet obstacles, right? They meet setbacks, you know, they meet all of these things because they pretty much know that they're going to come up, right? And so they've already accepted that, you know, they might not succeed in certain areas, right? But they're going to do whatever it is that they need, that needs to be done in order for them to get there, right? Now, on the other hand, those people who don't really have no goals or don't really set out to do much of anything besides they just talk a good game, but they're not really about the game, right? And then basically what happens is, you know, when they're faced with setbacks and challenges or whatever, they get discouraged, you know what I mean? And then when things don't go their way, it's like they just give up, so to speak, you know? And we know that we are not here to give up, right? We're not here to give up. We're here to grow and to go forth, right? So if you have a negative attitude like that, or an attitude that carries a very dense energy, okay, what ends up happening is those are the results that you get. And so people who are like that, they actually have justification for why it didn't work out for them, right? Instead of continuing to keep growing forward and making it happen, right? All right, so the thing is, guys, if you're really serious about changing anything in your life, anything that you want to do, if you want to change your relationships, if you want to change your attitude about business, you want to change your money attitude, you want to change whatever it is that is your focus for you in this life, right, that you want to achieve. And if you're very serious about it, then you're going to have to really practice on working on changing your attitude, your mental attitude. It has to change first, because nothing else will change until that mental attitude changes. All right. And so I'm going to share with you guys today five, lucky number five. Right, they're all lucky numbers. Whatever. It's whatever you think. If you feel like number one was a lucky number, number one would be a lucky number. So, right. But anyway, okay, that's a whole nother thing. All right. So, I know sometimes I just be like out there, right? All right. So, the first thing that you have to do, right, that winners do, that's going to make you successful, is you have to understand the law, right? So we know that, there are many different absolute laws in our experience, right? We have the law of gravity, we got the law of lift, we got the law, just so many different laws, right? That they're absolute. Like, you can't change them, you can't switch them. It is what it is. It's the way it works, and that's just the way it is, right? But one of the biggest, most I guess the most powerful, so to speak, of them all would be the law of attraction. And then that in conjunction with the law of vibration. But we're going to keep this more about you understanding the law of attraction, because once you get there, then you can get a greater understanding when, I talk about the law of vibration, which, by the way, guys, I have a wonderful masterclass coming up, but we'll get to that in the end. All right. So the thing is, guys, when you use the law of attraction, and in short, what the law of attraction is, guys, is what you hold in your consciousness, right, is what you're going to manifest in your life. All right. So that's just the basic definition, or however you want to put it, but that's just the law. That's just the way that it is. All right. What you think is what becomes. What you feel, you make real. What y'all know the story. Okay. All right. So the thing is, guys, like, if you don't like the results that you're getting, then you need to look at the source. All right, you need to look at the source, and you need to work on changing the source first. Now, what is the source? The source of what you're seeing is what? Your thoughts, your expectations, and your beliefs. Okay? If you don't expect it to happen, then it's not. Or if you're expecting less than what you say that you want to happen, you're going to get the less, because your focus is more on the less. Okay, so and that's basically the way that part works. So once you start to change those things first, when you do that, then everything else will begin to change itself. Okay, so it's like an automatic thing, because like when your mindset is right, and you are carrying like the right mental attitude about things, you won't really be confronted with a whole lot of other stuff that is adverse to what it is, that the direction that you're going. Okay, so that's it on that part, right? So once you do that, then it's going to automatically change. Okay, so number two, what you're going to do is stop blaming. You're going to stop blaming the economy. You're going to stop blaming your territory where you live at. We're going to stop blaming your boss. We're going to stop blaming family. You're going to stop blaming everybody else, right? And the reason that why, okay, look at this, right? If we blame the economy, then why are there other people out here in the world that are wealthy and successful? It means that something was different for them than it was for those people who are not as successful or as wealthy as they are. Something was different, right? So it's not really about the economy. It's about you understanding money and learning the foundations of how money works, and investing your money in order to make more money and have money working for you instead of you working for money. And that's what they do. That's how they become wealthy. All right. And so because that's the case, if you want to see what they look at in their life and you want to see that same success, then you need to adopt the same money behaviors, economic behaviors. All right. When I say you stop blaming where you live at, I know the environment sometimes where we live at could be terrible. Right. But remember that change starts from within. So if every time we go home to a place that we don't really enjoy being, the area or whatever, what do? We send out this negative dense vibration about where we live at, and then every time we get there we feel uncomfortable, like I don't really want to be here. But if you just get comfortable with where you are, right, and you actually raise your vibration, right, and you work on that mental attitude that I'm talking to you about, once your energetic vibration rises, what ends up happening is you will no longer be able to stay there anyway. So situations will arrive for a move to take place in your life. You know what I mean? Now, whether you take action on it or not is another thing. And I know sometimes that could be fearful because, you know, you're going to a place that you really don't know or whatever the case may be, and everybody hates change and blah, 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 blah. But what if that very change is the very thing that changes everything? You understand what I'm saying? So it's really all about, you know, keeping your energy high, keeping your vibration high. And we're going to talk a lot about that in the manifestation class that I'm going to be having next Tuesday. So make sure you get registered on that. All right. So the bottom line, guys, that I'm making in that is that you are 100% responsible, okay, for your life and the results that you get in your life. All right. Winners, this is where their power comes from. Okay. When you accept 100% of the responsibility, right, then you gain access to 100% of the solutions. But if you're stuck in the problem, ain't no solutions when you're stuck in the problem, right? So you want to just, you know, switch that, okay? And just take responsibility for it, and then just allow the solutions to come to you instead of stressing out. And we're going to get into that too, all right? So understand, guys, that winners, they basically work on changing their attitudes and beliefs and expectations first. And then they easily and naturally, right, try to achieve or work to achieve whatever it is that they need to do. But they will not do that without first changing their mental attitude. They know that mental attitude got to be right. Okay. All right. So number 3, what you want to do is stop struggling. Stop struggling. Right. Okay. So let me put you guys down on something. Right. How am I put this? All right. I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna break it down for you. Right. Okay. So success itself, right? It's easy because, and I'm going to tell you why it's easy, but I'm going to tell you why it appears to be difficult so that you could get this. All right. So it's easy basically because the results are simply whatever beliefs and expectations that you have. Yep. Right. It's basically the result of, you know, an outpicturing or a physical manifestation of what we are holding on to in business. Okay, so whatever it is that you're holding on into in your consciousness is what is becoming your reality. So that's what makes it so easy. But on the contrary, when we hold on to the struggle, and we're focused so much more on the struggle, then we just end up getting more struggle, right? And that's just the way that it works. It's not that you intentionally mean to do that, but we have to start becoming more conscious of our thoughts, be more conscious of our feelings, more conscious of our emotions, right? So it's one thing to, like, you know, let whatever you're growing through come up and release it, but it's another thing to hold on to it and cause yourself separation. Because whoever or whatever was going on in whatever the situation, however it came out, at the end of the day, can we go back in time and change it? No. And then the other person or people that are involved, I mean, if their minds are still not in a level of consciousness of where yours is, what do you expect? It's kind of to be expected. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing. Because I get disappointed often sometimes, you know, and I'm just like, wow. And I got to take a breath, and then I have to let it go, right? All right, so let me get back on track here, all right? So whatever it is that you're holding on in your consciousness and your beliefs, right, about whatever it is, right, this is the reason that most people struggle, all right? This is the reason that most people fail, all right? And that's because they do what? Try to achieve something without first changing their mental attitude, okay? And so with winners, they recognize that working on changing their attitudes and beliefs and expectations and all of that stuff, that has to be done first. All right. So number 4, you're going to live life's formula. You know, there's a formula to life. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it is. There is a formula to life, man. And it's crazy because it's like, you know, the more and more that I'm evolving, I'm learning and understanding a whole lot more about who I am and this human experience. And I guess like when you first get it, it could become a little daunting at first. But then when you understand the law and you realize that you're actually in control of it, for now you're in control of it. Before, we didn't really have the power to change it because we kind of lacked the wisdom that was necessary or the knowledge that was necessary in order for us to change it. But that's different now. The knowledge is available, the wisdom is available. So now it's really all on us as to what we do in order to put it in another direction. All right. So I guess the main thing that I need you to understand when it comes to understanding life's formula is that most people really live under the false belief that if they have a lot of money, right, then they would do the things that they want to do, right, and then that would allow them to be happy and all that other stuff, right? But this is totally backwards, guys. All right, this is totally backwards. So I hate to bust your bubble, but the real formula to being successful in life is really to be, act, feel, and live in your mind as if you have already achieved your goal. And then what happens is you begin to feel these different emotions and chemicals and feel good stuff going on in your body, which actually emanates the vibration, which is the language of the universe. Okay, so when you learn to speak the language, and I'm going to talk about that too in the manifestation class, so make sure you get in that class. All right. You know, when you're emanating at the language of the universe and you're putting out what I would say light energy or positive energy or positive focus, positive intention or whatever, because remember guys, everything is energy. Now, what you do with that energy and how you form that energy or create that energy into form is really all on you. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are you focusing on? Because energy itself is just there. Even if you was to just stop for a moment and do nothing and don't think and just be, you'll see that there's no worry, there's no struggle, there's no stress there. It's there. It appears that it's there because we let it in and then we become attached to it. But it's not your fault. It's just that we've been doing it for so long that has become normal. But now what we have to do is we have to try to get I'm not going to say try. You're going to have to practice and work towards getting yourself, back to yourself so that you can understand that we are a part of all that is. Okay, we are one with the all, and the all is one with us. And then you can deal with the energy aspect of it from there. All right. So that's the key, guys, is to act, to feel, and to live in your mind as if you've already achieved your goal. All right. And then naturally what's going to happen is you're going to automatically, just like I said, winners do, you're going to automatically begin to take the actions that's going to enable you to have what you want. Okay. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? You didn't come here to be unhappy. All right. We supposed to be good when we got here. So now you have to create it. Now you have to really start focusing your attention on what you want, guys. All right. So and it's I know that it's not easy at first, but perfect practice makes perfect, as Gio said earlier. All right. So just keep going. Okay. So here's the thing, right? If you think that, once you have the money and all this other stuff, that's when you're going to be happy, right? Then that would mean that you need to develop your money consciousness, right? Because then when you develop your money consciousness, then you're going to attract all the things and all the money that you actually need. All right. And believe me, there's enough money out here in the world for us to have it. Like, for real. It's just energy as well, you know what I mean? But it's not until we line up with that we can attract that and call that to ourselves. All right. And so That's what we got to do. Okay. And so just know that that is the true formula to life. And the sooner that you begin living that, guys, and the sooner that you'll experience success. All right. And so the last thing you're going to do is stop worrying. Get your mind out the gutter. You gonna get your mind out the gutter. Yes, guys. I think about this, guys. You know what I mean? Like, all thoughts turn into things, and that's just the reality of it. Okay. And so if you're constantly worrying about not having enough money, then you're never gonna have enough money. All right. And so instead, like I said, you're gonna develop your money consciousness, okay? And get that right. All right. So what you're gonna do, guys, you're gonna carefully start monitoring your thoughts. All right. Especially right before you sleep and when you wake up in the morning. All right. Monitor them. Pay attention to what thoughts that you're holding on to or what's coming up in your mind. Don't judge them. Don't judge the thoughts. Just take a moment and see what comes up. And then what's going to happen is, because they're so embedded in your mind, when they show up, it's actually going to show you on to, or the things that you've been focusing on, because it's only going to play back what you put in it. This is why when we say you have to act as if you already have it, the reason you have to act as if you already have it is because you're placing it in your consciousness. You're putting it there, all right? Because it's not there. It's been focused on lack for so long. So you got to put that new download into your head, all right? So you're going to monitor your thoughts, and especially in the morning, especially at night, before you go to bed. And the main thing too, guys, like gravity, this thing, it works whether you are conscious of it or not. It works whether you are aware of it or unaware of it. It just works. Okay, and it's just the law, So the key, guys, is to really just understand them and to purposely use the mental attitudes that I gave you here today. Okay, and that's the way that you're gonna achieve the results that you want. And once you do, that success that you've been looking for will show up for you, just like the 20%. All right. So that's it. And I hope that this live has helped you a lot. I hope that it has inspired you. I hope that it has educated you and lifted you up. And I hope that it has really, giving you a push to really change your mental attitudes and pay attention to what it is that you're paying attention to. Okay, it takes practice, guys. You got to be consistent at it. The beliefs that you got right now that you've been holding on to, you practiced them for a long time, and that's how they became yours. All right, and so now you got to practice something else if you want to get to a different level in your life. All right, so that's what's up, guys. So mine's up, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Transformation Tuesday. We are here each and every Tuesday, and if you are an enlightened being or you are a teacher and you would like to come and help educate humanity, being a part of the Transformation Tag Team, then come on and join us. What you're going to do is just contact Queen Mother Imaku, who will let you know what it is that you need to do to become a part of the team and help us transform the lives of people. At the end of the day, we all in this together, guys. Okay, we all in this together, and we need each other. All right, and so join us. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be visible. Don't be afraid to show up. It's because of your experiences and the things that you went through in your own life. You experienced them, and now you can help somebody else either get through them or not have to go through the same thing that you experienced. Okay, and so it's all good. Y'all know that's what I say all the time. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And when we just adopt that mental attitude of, it's all good, because even if it appears to be bad, there's a lesson in it. So it's not really bad. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So join us, guys. The Transformation Tag Team. We're here each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. here to serve you. All right. And we love you. We love you. All right. So, guys,